Hello everybody and welcome back to the Western Wilds. You join me at the cash machine, just having a quick check on my bank balance because, well, I've been busy through winter. As you can see in October, 8.4 million spent. November, just under a million. A million in December and 1.6 in Jan. We are down to 89 million in the bank balance. That's not too bad, is it? So we are in Feb 1238. Through winter, I have been working away, sorting some bits out, getting things ready, because I wanted to build a business park. Somewhere we could put productions and get things going. Just make some products. And then we can really get to farming. But what I have been doing, I made this little area as well. This is quite nice, this is. So you might have seen this building in other Let's Plays that I've done. This is an 8 million litre warehouse that holds pretty much anything. And as you would remember, this wasn't here. There was nothing here at all. But I've sorted this out. I've put some barriers on. You do need to take your chin off. But yeah, you just drive in here. Everything goes in the warehouse. Moved the silo up here because I thought, well, why not? It looks pretty good up here. And just decorated it with some trash. You know, because you got to do it. Put some trees in, but they're looking a bit sick. It's winter time, so there's not really many leaves on them. And then you can come around and obviously pick anything up out of the warehouse this side. CCTV on the building, just in case anyone wants to rob me. Now we're going to jump them. So yeah, I think this looks pretty nice, this does. Quite impressed with this. And then next to it, two, not one, two huge bunkers. Because I do want to have a go at putting some grass in here and, you know, doing it the normal way. Compacting it down, throwing the blanket over it, and letting it ferment that way. Not just sticking it into a fermenter and hoping for the best. So if we go into the sky and have a bit of a look then, I think this is quite a nice little area. And it took quite a while to do. Several hours to do, and I know it might seem shocking. How does that take several hours? Just trying to get all the walls level and in line, and things go wrong, so you have to start again. But yes, I'm liking that. Nice addition to the farm. Speaking of new additions to the farm, I might have started prepping for the new business park. This, would you believe it? Yes, I've gone to the lengths of making a staff car park. Let's just say a lot of money was spent on getting all these cars for the staff car park. But I think it looks pretty cool. And there's a gate through there to take you into the actual business park itself. But let's go up into the air and have a aerial shot of what the business park looks like. So at the minute, there's nothing really much here. It's just, I've done the groundwork. I've put the wall in for the land that I own, so everything up to the wall is what I own, and then concreted it all over. Done a little gateway just down here, so we've got a double entrance coming in. But this is the business park so far. Now, it's a fair size, and I don't know if we're going to need it all. But I'd rather have too much space because we can always cut it down and then turn some of it back into a field. We just need to think, what are we going to put on here now? So I think we'll start with the sugar mill. And again, they don't need to be in any sort of order because it's just going to be like a little bit of a business park. So we'll start with the sugar mill. And I think we can go back a little bit. We don't need to be too far away. And I think we'll try and maybe stick around the edges a little bit. So we'll plonk this one here. So there's the sugar mill. So we can now get around the front of that. We can get around the back of that. All pretty good. So we've got a tailor shop we could do. I don't know if we're going to do tailor shop. Cereals. Yeah, it'd be nice to do cereals. So let's see about maybe putting this one somewhere around about there. Now, this one's changed the ground because I could just see that it was not quite level. So I wanted the building to sort of level itself, which is why it's going to change the ground. But we can come back and, you know, blend that back in with the rest of it after. So let's carry on and get a few more buildings in. So this has actually filled a lot more of this space than I thought it was going to. I didn't realize how many productions I'd actually got on, like, installed. And then just down in the corner here, a couple of different types of greenhouses. This is a potato sorting shed. Now, we will go inside and have a look at that, but because we're going to do potatoes, it's a proper sorting shed. I don't know nothing about this, so it's going to be an interesting one to find out what goes on in here. So I've just gone and changed the ground texture because as I was going over with the concrete, it just looked a little bit bright. Now, I know we're up here, bit of an aerial shot, but I've just gone and sort of changed it to whatever texture it was that it was putting under the buildings when I put them in. Just a bit darker, looks a bit better, not as bright, and looks great weighing down on the floor. This is one big space, but I think that looks a lot better. Now, we've got a lot of productions on here. Are we going to use every single one? Not sure, but we will go through them, but we can't do anything with them at the minute. It's a bit like the animals. Can't put any animals in yet, can't do anything with this yet because we need to start stocking up on stuff to actually put into these productions. Like taters. Now, having a look at this taters then, this is quite good, this is. It's an actual like processing unit. You tip them in there and it will process them through, bag them, and then we go through here. They come out here in like bags and actually drop here. That's pretty cool. And then you've got a sorting office over here. But a little warehouse, about a sorting office, and you can just line them up here and then sell them. This is pretty cool. I've never used this before. I thought it'd be good to have a look at and good to put it on here because we've got the money and we've got the space. So why not? Yep, I'm liking this. Nice little business park. So I have done a few little bits on the yard as well, like this. Put another shed in here just to go along with everything that's on here. And I have got some planters or seeders. I never know which one's which here. I always forget. There's some money's worth here. And these things are about 36 meters, the John Deeres. They are huge. But we need some big sizes because the fields that we are creating are massive. I might have added some more sheds in as well because we run out of space for equipment and there's a lot of equipment now. And this awesome thing. The Fendt 942 Black Beauty. What a beast. Not quite as powerful as my normal ones, but this thing is awesome for cutting grass. And I might have got myself a couple of combines. Did I need them? No, I didn't need them at all. I have got one which holds about 200,000 if not more liters. These are just normal ones, the Class Lexion 780. They are beauties and over 500,000 each. I got them because we've got the money and I just want to try and give the money a bit of a kick. Why not? We can literally have fun, spend whatever we want. Two of them, it's over 1 million. That'll do nicely. Oh yeah, I might have got a dog as well. Why not? So we do have a farm dog. So just one last thing to show you before I completely bore you to death with showing you all the updates that have gone on over winter. We are going to sleep. We are going to get into March. And then we can plant some potatoes. So you know I said I was going to do something with the house. And I was going to make it look a bit nicer. Maybe put a bit of a pool in and decorate it a little bit. Because it was just a house on basically a plot of grass. Yeah, I might have got a bit carried away over winter and I might have put a proper big pool kind of moat, a couple of bridges, some trees, and maple syrup production over there just to add some more trees in, some bees at the back, and a shed for my pickup truck, monster truck, a little buggy, and my transit van. Oh, and the dog down there at the front, and a random boat in the water. You know, I might have just got a bit carried away, but come on, that looks a lot better than it did before. So let's go to bed. Let's wake up in March. So we've had to go on to April then because March it was snowing and can't really do much in the snow. But the barley is looking really good. Stage 5 of 6 of growth, so not long to go before we can sort this out. And finally, harvest our first crop. But at the minute though, it's time to sort out some taties. So we've got our planter. We just need to go fill that with seed. Let's get to the field. Let's start putting some potatoes in the ground. It's only when you get to the field you realise how small the potato planter is and how big the field is. Boy, this is going to be a big job. But I do think this is definitely the perfect field for this. Nice open space. A lot of it. So this is why we've got all the productions as well, because we're going to be able to put in There's a potato production where we can make chips and... Oh, there's a lot of different potato things that we can do in there. Chips. Crisps. I don't know what else there was in that factory that we could do. There's a lot of it. So we need a lot of potatoes, but we can also put some into the BGA as well. We can get some more money from there. We're down to 86 million. I mean, we're not going to go hungry, are we, on 86 million? We're still doing okay. But we've got a lot of animals to buy very soon, but we need to just make sure we stock up on products ready for them. And you could just see in the distance there, slightly over to the left, a load of like orange tanks. Oh, we're out of fertilizer already. Oh, that didn't last long at all, did it? Oh, let's go fill up. Okay, so we are back in business then. I might have just swapped the unit out. It looks pretty similar. I just don't remember that other one. I must have got the wrong one by mistake of having fertilizer in it. I've always used this one because this one does popular, sugarcane, and potatoes as well. This is the one I normally go for. Got a slightly bigger capacity. It's double the size, 16,000 litres, and no fertilizer because we don't need it. This field's been done. So, let's go round, let's complete a headland. So that's one complete headland done of the potato field. We're down to 13,715 litres left in the planter. We've got a long way to go. So the taties are coming on nicely. I've got a worker just cracking on with this. About halfway through, maybe just under halfway through. Not going bad at all. I've got a worker in the other field just sorting the grass out. So we've got two grass fields here. One I'm hoping to use for hay, be able to ted it up and then be able to bale that for hay for the animals. The other one I'm hoping to use as grass bales, or maybe we could even put it in the pit and we could turn it into silage. We could put it into our fermenter and turn it into silage that way. Basically, I've got two separate fields just so we could try and like mix up a little bit. Depending if I need some silage, then we can actually bale it, wrap it. I've got all the tools to do it. So that's why the two separate fields, so it just makes it a bit easier to use one for that, one for hay. Now I have started to do some bits, as you can just see if we look across here. You can see just in front of us, I have started to put some bales in. Now that all comes from the plot of land where the business park now is. It was not the best grass. This is grass that I've actually planted, so it's going to be the better grass. Over where the business park was, I didn't want to lose the grass. I thought, well, why not? So I made some hay, I made some normal grass bales, and I've made some silage. So hopefully, we're going to be able to add onto that with what we've got here. But I think I need to grab another tractor, and I need to start in that field just over there ahead of us, because we need to plant some sorghum. So the sorghum is starting to go into this field. It's a nice sized field, so hopefully we'll get a fair bit of that. Sorghum's a tricky one. You just never know. You could yield quite well, but it just never seems to sort of show much in the trail at the end of it. Not like wheat or barley. There's loads of that, and like corn and stuff like that, but sorghum just always seems a bit of a strange one. So let's crack on. Let's get the headland done. So that's the headland done then on the sorghum field. It's time to start going up and down. Now, if you do want to see more of going up and down, maybe time lapses of it as well to see more field work, please do let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to keep things short, little snappy clips to try and get more jobs in without doing the same thing back and forth all the time. So do let me know in the comments if you want to see more of that. And also, if you are on TikTok, you can go follow me on TikTok, because on there I do some extra little videos that you don't get to see in these episodes for these series. So when I'm doing stuff off camera behind the scenes, like when I was doing the housework or bits like that, they get filmed, if I remember, they get filmed to go on TikTok. Or sometimes you'll get little snippets on a YouTube short as well. So if you're interested in some behind the scenes stuff, go check me out on TikTok. It's Craigyboy Games across all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. Go and have a look, follow me on there, and you'll get to see some little bits that you won't see here. So while there's a worker cutting the grass, we've got a worker doing potatoes and a worker putting some sorghum in the field just behind us. I'm going to grab the baler, grab the Black Beauty, and these awesome windrows on the front. Now, I know you might have seen in previous episodes that I've had the baler with the windrows on, but I tried to mix things up a little bit when I was sorting out the grass for the business park. These seem to work well. Plus this baler's got a silage additive tank on the back, which helps the bales a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but it helps the bales a little bit. And if it's silage, we've got a wrapper as well back at the yard, so we can wrap these in a nice purple wrap as well. So yeah, it's a good little setup. Now you can buy a baler that actually has a special attachment on the side. And what it does is you can actually attach the baler, so the wrapper on the back of the baler. So you've got the windrow on the front like we've got here. You've got the baler, which is this baler. It's just not got the attachment on it. You can actually put an attachment on, and then you can get the wrapper on it. So you could basically windrow, bale, wrap, done in one swoop. Now, it's good, and I was using it, but then I found the only slight problem was the wrapper couldn't seem to keep up with how quick, like, the windrow, the baler, and how quick it was dropping bales. Nearly took that deer out as well on the windrow there. So you can see how many bales are dropping now. The wrapper just couldn't keep up. So I'm quite surprised actually that they didn't make the wrapper a bit quicker to be able to keep up with how quick the bales drop. So that's the reason why I've kind of left that sort of setup. I've just got the normal baler and we just drop them. It doesn't take long to come along with a wrapper and just sort of pick them up and give them a little spin, drop them back down as purple bales. We've got to wait for them to ferment anyway, so there's not really much we can do with them until they've fermented. So I'm going to crack on and try and not annoy the workers. This is also another bonus why you have so many tractors. You get so many jobs done. You can do one, workers can crack on with the rest. It's all going good on the farm. So the work of the potatoes is nearly finished, nearly completed, just a very thin strip to go. And the work of doing the sorghum as well is literally just about to finish any second now. There we go. Sorghum field done. Grass field is taking a long time and the taties are done as well. This thing is mighty dirty from just doing one field, so let's give it a quick rinse off. Now you'll see at the bottom it's come up, there's like a little HUD that comes up telling you how much percentage wise is left to get it clean. Again, that is on Mod Hub. If you want to have a look in the official Mod Hub, you'll be able to find that on there. I know it definitely works with PC, I'm not sure if it's all platforms, but it's really handy because you know that's now 100% clean. So just give the tater planter a bit of a wash off then before we park it back. This is done for now. Are we going to be doing more taters? Are we going to be doing a bigger field with some potatoes? Well, I think we're going to stick with this one for now. We're going to see how we get on because I don't know. It's hard to judge and see how many taters we're going to get from this. Do we expect a lot? Do we not get much? I don't really know. So we'll see what quantity we get off this field. This field might be okay. We might be able to just replant again in the same field if we want any more. So once the barley fields are ready to harvest, we should then, in theory, be able to get the chickens because the chickens only need barley. And once we start getting a bit more of a collection here, I mean, this is the bale storage. Obviously, this is silage. You can see what I mean about the bales, how I put them purple. It goes in here and they go blue and they come out blue, but it's not an issue. So we're building up all right at the minute. 331,000 litres of silage in here. We've got no straw because obviously no fields have been ready to harvest yet. Very tiny little bit of hay. We need to sort that out. And obviously we've got plenty of grass as well. So as soon as we build up some more in here, we'll be able to get some cows because we can give them all the food here and the robots will mix it up and make some TMR. So the work is doing pretty well here for cutting the grass. He's nearly completed, and if we go and have a look around and see the one with the bales on, my word. Yep, there's a fair few bales there. And I've got to wrap every single one. Now, we need to stock up on silage. We need to basically fill them bale racks up. So we need to sort of try and stock up on them. So there might be too many there. So we might just put some in his grass. The field next to us, this one here just behind us, that is going to mainly be hay. These two fields are definitely going to be enough for grass, silage and hay altogether because you can see how many bales we've got. In fact, let's go and have a look how many bales we have actually got. So if we're going to have a look in the stats, then you can see just here on the right, bales produced 217 at the minute. Now that's based on where the baler is at the minute. That hasn't calculated like the rest of the field. It's just what's been dropped. 218, just what's been dropped on the field so far. 218 bales. Wow. On the right, it does say a total of 281 because that's obviously the total since I've been playing the game. And yes, if you do look down, you will see time played. This session is on the left. Total 32 hours 40 altogether on Western Wilds. But this one session that I've been playing today, 8 hours 17 minutes. Do you know what? I think it's time to call it a day and wrap up this episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you've not already subscribed, please do hit subscribe, turn the bell on, and I'll see you here next time when we've got the task of picking all these bales up once they've been fermented. That's going to be an interesting one. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.